Hello, everybody. Well, man, do I have tales from the other side for you guys today. Now, again, this is not going to be any hot blacksmithing action, but boy, I have a lot of stories to tell everybody. I would have to say it is arguable that this trip that I took this past week to Quad State in Troy, Columbus is one of those once-in-a-lifetime trips. And it was amazing. I have lots of photographs, and I have so many stories. I'm going to try to pack it all into a reasonably short video. But to start out, if you don't know what Quad State is in Troy, Columbus, and it is arguably the largest blacksmith event in the world, and man, does it live up to it. But before I get cranking, I have to give a heartfelt thank you out to a fellow Forged in Fire brother, Adlai Stein. Adlai is really the guy that made this possible for me. I flew in up there, and Adlai ferried me around, gave me a place to sleep, and man, I could not have done this without him, and I want to thank him. That's him there in the middle, the fuzzy one. So, Adlai, thank you very much for making this possible. Man, it was pretty freaking awesome. So, where do I start? So let's talk about exactly what the event's like. Now, I have been at a lot of events in my time, for the Renaissance festivals, the Rendezvous, and all these things have a very different flavor to them. This was a hybrid of things I don't think I've ever encountered. So it's on a local, looks like a state fair area, very much like Perry, Georgia. You know, you've got your livestock buildings and, big, nice pecan orchard out there. But when we got there on Thursday, there was just a ton of folks already. And so this was like the great American outdoor campout. You had little circles of vehicles, and of course you had a fire pit where everything could be cooked, and then you had this huge area, like in every encampment, of blacksmiths' forges. So as you walking through, it's just these enclaves, these campouts of blacksmiths working. It was absolutely incredible, but that's not the first thing that hits you. So the first thing that hits you is when you walk out and you look is the amount of blacksmithing equipment. Guys, it was breathtaking. Now down south, we just we never had the industrial base that the north did. So all of these tools and things are really foreign down here. So to walk out and see tables and trailers and just crap everywhere was mind-blowing. There was so much stuff, and even as you guys are looking through these pictures, you actually have to go back and stop the video to actually pick out all the stuff that's there, because there is so much. I mean, it is just staggering. So, I'm sitting there and I'm trying to get pictures because I've never seen so much stuff in my life. So it was phenomenal. Arbrid, look at the size of this vise. I mean, it was crazy. Wagon jacks and just things that you would not imagine. It was absolutely breathtaking. There's no other way to describe it. Now, I did have a specific intent on going to this show, and I wanted to meet somebody, but it was crazy. You turn left, there's Brian Brazil, legendary in the craft. There's Peter Renzetti, legendary in the craft. And then there's Brian Nicholson, legendary Patreon supporter. There's just all these incredible people that are at this show. But the one in particular that I went to meet was a fellow that I owe a lot to, and that's this guy. This is Tony Swatton, and you may not know his name, but you absolutely know his work. Tony Swatton has been, I think it's very fair to say, the Hollywood blacksmith for the past 30 years. I think some of his earliest work was actually in Hook, that with Dustin Hoffman and Robin Williams. The Hook he made, swords, everything else. If you've seen The Patriot, if you've seen Pirates of the Caribbean, this fella has done all of that. He's in Burbank, California, and I believe that I would classify him as the apex of the craft, just in his ability and also in just his sheer business. So Uh, I never met Tony specifically before he helped me out. This was on Master of Arms. He was actually supposed to be involved in the show, but he had a conflict and had to back out. And because he backed out, I got to be host of Master of Arms. That's right. It was simply because he had a conflict and they needed a warm body that wasn't a complete idiot. Well, they got a warm body, but they still got an idiot. So after the show, I made a point to call him and tell him, hey, look, you don't know me, you don't know what you did for me, but, because of what happened, it gave me an opportunity to have this incredible experience. So he and I have had a good telephone relationship over the past couple of years. He's been very helpful with advice, and I knew he was coming to Quad State, and so I bit the bullet to go up and shake his hand. Now, the amazing thing is that once we got up there and I got the chance to meet him, he actually needed help with a demonstration. And guess what? I got to spend the entirety of Quad State actually working with Tony Swatton and in a demonstration. And that was just unreal. So it was surreal like the entire time, because not only am I hanging out with Tony Swatton, Scott Langton, just these legends, these people that I grew up with, I'm also having the opportunity to actually, meet a lot of my fans over the course of the 4 days there. 150 of you came out to say hello and shake my hand, and I want to thank you all so much. It was super freaking awesome to meet all of you. I also got to play in Adlai's shop. He got himself a new laser, and he actually took the time to make me a little going away gift, and I got to watch this incredibly cool laser actually laser out my very own sign. So, and between inappropriate jokes and me being stuck in the back of a van because there's no more chairs in the vehicle, it was just an amazing situation. And wow. So again, I know you guys that were watching were seeing a lot of the photographs and whatnot, and I wanted to kind of just give you a brief summation. I can't believe I'm already 7 minutes into this video, and I haven't even started on any of the story. So we're going to leave it right there. I want you guys to see exactly how awesome the weekend was, how incredible Quad State was, and I really hope I get the chance to go back next year and maybe even demonstrate. So, but guys, again, it is very much like me being on a desert island down here. And when I do these videos, it's just chunking bottles into the ocean. But when you go to Quad State and so many of you get a chance to, I get the chance to actually go out and meet you guys, it's just awesome. I mean, it's a little staggering. I mean, I have to remember to try to act normal, but you've got 150 people that you've never met who consider you a friend, all want to come shake your hand and get a picture with you, and it was just wonderful. So, guys, again, thank you. Like I said, I'll have some more videos coming out here shortly, kind of let you guys know what's going down. But wow, what a trip! Thank you guys all so much for your time and your support. I couldn't have done this stuff without you. Thank you very, very much.